Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So every January, I love to do a series on appetizers because there is game nights, there's football parties, and you want to be able to have a nice spread for any of your guests, or if you're going somewhere, to bring some appetizers with you. Now these are all low-carb friendly, they're keto approved, and they just take a couple of minutes to whip up. A lot of the recipes that I will be giving you, you can prep ahead of time and put in the oven right before your guests get there, and it will kind of take all of the work out of setting a nice spread for your guests. In today's episode, we are going to be making a pepperoni pepper popper. I know that's a tongue twister, but they're little tiny peppers that are shoved with some delicious ingredients. They just take a couple of minutes to make, and they are going to make any spread that you're making beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Before we get into it though, would you do me a huge favor and hit that like button? Here is everything that you need for your pepper poppers. So we are going to be starting with a bag of some small peppers. Then you need some string cheese and some pepperoni. Super simple ingredients. You guys are gonna love it. You're gonna be taking your pepper, cutting the top off of it, and then we're just gonna be cleaning out all of the seeds. Then you want to take your pepperoni and your cheese. Now, you do not have to use the pepperoni if you don't want to. You could just do cheese and it would taste just as good. So I'm going to be rolling my cheese with my pepperoni like this. I'm going to be shoving it inside. And then I'm just going to cut off the end piece like that. And I can use that for a different pepper. So that's how it looks. This is also another great recipe that you can prep ahead of time, because you could easily make these and put it into the refrigerator and then bake them right before your company comes. Now, as you can see, some of them are a little smaller than I would prefer. So what I'm going to be doing, I will measure the cheese, probably like that, and then I'm going to just cut it in half. And then do the same sort of thing, or even 3/4 of the way too would work. Just get a little bit of pepperoni also. And like I said, you could do some of them without pepperoni. Now for the bigger ones, as you can see, one little piece of cheese is not going to do the trick. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting some more cheese and just kind of filling it in the best that I can. And if you need to use maybe 1.5 pieces, that's totally fine also. And then some of the pieces, they just fit perfectly with the cheese itself. And so I left out the pepperoni, and that will be good too. Then I'm going to be putting it on a baking sheet. I'll be baking it at 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. I just took these out of the oven. I checked them at about 5 minutes. They weren't quite done. Some of the cheese was still a little hard. So I put them back in there for another minute, kept an eye on it, did it like that, kind of just checked it until I think that it is good. Now, you don't want the cheese to be like completely melting all the way out of it. You still want the pepper to be a little firm, and it looks beautiful. All right, so I have a little tray that I am putting all of my appetizers on. I will be doing some of these other ones in the next couple of episodes, so make sure to stay tuned. But look at how beautiful this looks. All right, here it is. Now, I do have some of the other stuff on my board already made up. Make sure to check out some of those recipes as well. Okay, now this has been on my tray for a little bit. It did not come straight out of the oven, because when you're prepping for a party, of course you're going to be cooking the stuff, you're going to be transferring it, and sometimes it's going to be sitting out for a couple of minutes. It's not going to be super, super hot or super, super cold. All right, let's give it a taste test. So good. Way better than a regular pepper. It's still a little crispy. Not completely all the way like soggy all the way through. Wow, this is amazing. I am loving this. I love that it was so easy to do. It just took a couple of minutes. You could easily prep it, put it in the refrigerator, have it all ready to go when your guests come. You guys, this was amazing. And just a couple of ingredients, which I love. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also with the little notification bell, because then you'll be alerted when I post a new recipe that you're not going to want to miss. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.